Hello there, and welcome to a new gameplay series where I'm going to pack out the complete Overhaul mod for Conquest of Elysium 5. I'm Icon, and this is also the beginning of a new playlist for this behemoth of a mod where I'm going to try to test out all of the faction that have been overhauled here, basically the entire list. So I plan to play this series with an intermediate difficulty. I'm starting today with the Knight because I'm totally new to this mod, and on a medium map with a random era. So I plan to do every faction to go for 3 to 5 episodes basically, because I think that's how long we'll need to finish an entire match. This is also a series where I'm exploring this content, so if you're also new to all this and you want to get a spoiler-free experience where you get into this stuff without seeing too much metagaming and these things, be my guest. Tune on in. I'd be happy to have you. This is going to be a pretty long playlist if I have enough people interested in it. So, we're starting out Necromancer. That's been a random decision because, you know, every playlist has a beginning somewhere, and I put the random button up, and then this was the first thing. So let's get started. I play medium size because that's a good intermediate thing for between play length and pressure, and random era because of immersion reasons. I love the idea that these people don't know what era they're living in either, because, you know, forgotten knowledge. And also, I love randomizations. This game is a very roguelike experience for me, and I love it. Okay, so Necromancers. I've already been a little bit on the surface with that. If you're new to this Overhaul mod, the basic big difference that really is obvious, you're able to build a lot more stuff. Basically, you're obviously able to build stuff, which is a new thing which doesn't really exist in CoE 5. There are a couple of factions which have similar options, like the kobolds and the dwarves, which can build mountain things, but here every faction has its own infrastructure which it can pick up. So here, if you build up a corpse repository, you can basically build your own graveyards. These must be in the vicinity of a citadel, but look at that, we can also build citadels. So this is only the tip of the iceberg, and I'd love to explore that with you guys, and let's get going. So our roster is pretty plain vanilla humans. It's not a bad thing. I like crossbowmen. And the interesting part that I've discovered so far was that you can armor up your undead. So soulless soldiers here, you need to have some soulless to convert them into soulless soldiers. This is a pretty interesting thing. I'm looking forward to explore that deeper. Beyond that, the core mechanics of the factions, as it seems, are the same. There's also insanity, so the apprentice is going out there and doing the dirty work for the master. You only do as much heavy lifting with your strongest necromancers as utterly necessary. So let's go out there and look for some place which we're getting some infrastructure from. Magic library, that's awesome. It gives me access to other mages, but I need other things first. This desert doesn't look like it's a bountiful place, so... Hey, wait a second, I'm dumb. I think I just missed an opportunity for free troops. Balthasar. Check out this place, yes. So I get some free units. So Raised Dead is only costing turns, but you go permanently insane for that. Insanity, in case you're new to that. Sorry, Arpad. Insanity is a percentile chance that your dude just doesn't respond to your commands, and that's a bad thing in general. Okay, but beyond that, free troops. It hurts me not to be able to recruit these guys. So here, insane 10. That means there's a 10% chance that Balthasar is going wackadoodle when I order him somewhere around. That's a price to pay for free troops, I guess. So I leave the Soulless behind because they are slow. The Long Dead aren't. And, well, let's explore a little bit more. I mean, there's no other way for expansion than to go this way. Oh, boys, there's a hill giant. Can we take that down? I somehow doubt it. So, I can... What's decay? Well... I don't know from the back of my head how decay works, but I highly doubt that this little flock of people here is enough to take down an entire hill giant. I mean, let's safe scum it and see what it'll bring. Come on, let's have some fun with the game. I don't mind safe scumming at all, because I'm new to this and there's so many moving things in this game that it's hard to tell. So many rules in motion, so many things that I often tend to simply underestimate their impact. So let's build a corpse repository somewhere. I mean, there's a farm. Does that count as a village? We'll see about that. Looking good. There, graveyard. Beautiful. One hand of glory, plus I'm building my own resource production. These are things I love about this mod, you know. And this gives some nice 4x fluff into this whole thing. So look at that. Some bravery was all it took. So let's see how this played out. So this dude has now decay. Usually means certain death. A decaying unit will take damage every combat round until it dies. That's the thing. You need to look the tooltip. You need to look up the tooltip usually during a combat situation. Otherwise, you have to guess what things do if you don't know. That's why I like experimenting. So yeah, it's a pretty nasty damage over time effect. It's wrecking this dude. And I'm raising Long Dead here the whole time. Yeah, here. Nice. This guy is spamming new units in combat. Pretty useful. More powerful than I thought. Wonderful. We got our first real big achievement. This thing here is getting us somewhere. Let's raise dead. Not possible at the moment. Okay, Balthasar. He has his wackadoodle. Like I said, there's a price to pay. I'm merely wondering if, I mean, we just killed a giant. Is there a possibility that we might get that giant? Good boy. Problem there is it's a slow guy, so he's not gonna travel with us, but I do consider that a nice protection from roaming baddies. So it only did cost me 4 more points of insanity. It's actually not much. So did this construction thing cost him any insanity? No, it didn't. Okay, now what can we do except for that? Blight the land. Any vegetation can be made dead in short order. Well, there's not much vegetation to begin with. Unearth Temple. So, is this the recipe to build my own temple structure? It sure does sound like that. Raven Spy. That sounds great. Yes, yes, yes. I want. If I can, let's go for 2 of them. Not more. I don't want to spend all my hands on that. but some random scouting sounds great. My troops are all in all quite sluggish, and therefore I really like it to have some free scouting. I mean, I'm not using any slow units, but the simple fact that I'm standing still and reviving stuff, that's a time-consuming practice, you know. I do like to take shortcuts there. Abandoned mines, umbral, and penumbral, life drainers. I don't know, this all this hassle just for an empty mine. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. Pierce the Veil of Death. What's that? So I can look into the Hades sphere, and what's that good for? Ah, okay. This is only useful if I am interested in phase shifting into Hades. On its own, it's not really useful. Got it. Alright. Nice. Well done, Balthasar. There's dead people here. Well. So, call the herd. What's that? Must be adjacent to a village. Okay. I don't have the necessary gold though, so I can't try it out. Labyrinth. Huh. Neat. But no. Okay. I really need more gold. That's a very necessary thing. So, an entire city. Well, that's more than I can stomach right now, I think. But I'm racking up hands. So... Do we want to go for the Death Knight or the Emorian Shade? Difficult decisions. I think I'm living in an era with a low population density. I somehow have the feeling as if there's not that much going on with civilized life. So let's try out if Aripert is able to build yet another corpse repository. Yes, he is. Nice. Let's keep plotting these things out. I have the feeling as if I should have done that way more aggressively already, but whatever. It's totally fine to realize that you can optimize, then change your behavior henceforth. So, let's see. Yeah, we lost a little bit of troops there, but not much. Alright, so here I can't do this because because it's lacking one tile distance from another graveyard. Now I get it. So let's not build everything because, you know, or, well, nah, never mind. Let's see. Adjacent to a village. This, I don't know where there's a village adjacent unless this here is counting as a village somehow. I don't know. There's a few things that still confuse me about this, but this is typical for an Illwinter game. This is fine. All right, so let's see. Let's raise some more dead. Come on. Oh, more soulless, but whatever. I'm not a big fan of the soulless because, you know, slow troops. But I do enjoy leaving them on the mine and keeping some free defenses there. So, can only be cast in an Infernal Citadel, so I hope this is an Infernal Citadel. No, it ain't. No, what's an infernal citadel? I wonder if this is going to be an infernal citadel. Well, now I'm confused, but that had to be expected. Okay. So we need. I'll keep the next. I'll keep the next gold alive and see where I can build a citadel, because that seems to be the next step necessary. Well, we're picking up mines. That's at least something. Losing spearmen, but who needs spearmen if you have long dead? Let's pick up more dead. I know that this guy is going nuts in the process of that, but little do I care. I think this time I'm even going to bring the soulless. This is also bringing me a lot of resource. No, I'll leave the soulless there. Ah, he's not. He's busy. He has his busy day. Alright, Balthasar. No. This way I actually get a reminder if my mines are taken, you know. I like that. Quite often I do forget about the fact that I lose some assets of mine. And as stupid as it might sound, this way I at least realize that there's something to pay attention to, you know. So that's why. Wow, this kind of ritual was not worth it. Jeez. Okay. It was an insane spike of insanity. Alright, I'll rather do this more sparingly on spots where it's worth it. Okay. Stuff you learn. Okay, we're almost at 100 gold. Okay, he doesn't want to move. It's fine. Everything's gonna be fine. So let's see where I can set up my citadel. Oh, he's still inside, okay. I need a new apprentice. But first, let's try out where we can build a citadel. So, in this series, you will see a lot of terrible decisions. And if you're looking at it from the perspective of somebody who knows the mod and all. But I think this is also very helpful for people that are new to the mod, that want to check out how it's working and all. So I can now either unearth a temple or build a new citadel. Let's build a new citadel, because that sounds like income. Dark Citadel. This is the same Dark Citadel, like. So. Where is a Infernal Citadel coming from, I wonder? Interesting question, but I got a second Citadel. Yay! Worth. Not really. It's not even bringing any income. Damn. I should have went for the temple. But now I'm wiser. Let's go for the gold stream. I hope we're going to take down the Bakemono. Yeah, no biggie. The soulless didn't last against a couple of wolves. Damn. They're so useless. But like I said, it's a friendly reminder that attention is necessary there. Okay. Well, slow progress. Very, very slow progress. Let's see. Let's make some big moves. What's that? Ah, that's the Hades shift. Well, let's go for a Raise Legion. Requires an old battlefield, okay. Sadly, we don't happen to have an old battlefield, don't we? We only got Gallows. Okay, so we need more exploration. More commanders are in order, definitely. So, what's the new stuff here? Mummification. Animate a pair of mummies. Needs temples and pyramids. Okay. Let's go for some lesser ritual, dark knowledge. Oh yeah. That's a good one. That's what we're going to roll with tomorrow. Okay. Slowly grasping the reins of the situation. I mean, I am generating income. There's a lot of mines that we got for ourselves going now. That's good. So, well, that's not so good. Okay, doesn't show me any other spot. I don't like that either, but what can we do? So I wish I had the 100 gold I need for the unearthed temple thingy. Twice born? It's pretty cool. This makes me... Yeah, let's do this right away, I'd say. This turns this guy into an undead if he's going to die. But first the temple, I'd say. Ah, he's nuts. But I wonder what good the temple will bring me. Pretty difficult situation here right now. I feel like the Citadel was a bit of a waste, but can't change it if I'm trying out new things. You obviously have to do some bad decisions. That's part of the process. Let's see where I can build a temple and what the temple will bring. I'm not building it, I'm unearthing it. So I'm discovering more and more cities. And here's the thing, I could of course invest all these resources into something else, but let's see. If I read that correctly, we're just plotting this thing down. So, an ancient temple. This doesn't bring me anything on its own. I think corpse repositories were the only worthy investment there. Everything else was just a waste of money so far. So, next thing that I learn, only build structures when you know what you want them for. Hey, there's a graveyard. But I'll forgive myself kindly. It's a pretty complicated mod after all. Let's raise ourselves some dead. Whoa. Nice. Grave robbing. Does that do? Oh dear, we got dwarves. That's the nastiest of infestations. Yeah, they scuttle away. They set the forest on fire? Aw. Such good assistance. Alright, so Balthasar is asking for retirement soon, I think. Okay. So, well, let's keep learning stuff. I mean, at some point... Pyramid of Skulls. Pyramid is a wreath in horror and will project unbearable dread upon enemies. Okay, that's a defensive structure if I get it, if I read that correctly. Let's build more graveyards. I mean, this obviously seems to be one of my strongest sides. This will bring me more fuel for my rituals, so... What does that bring? Grave robbing. Okay. Does that mean I wonder if this made him insane. I gotta check. He had 57 a moment ago. So grave robbing doesn't drive you insane. It's an interesting thing. So yeah, it's pretty awesome that I can spam out these buildings that produce my special resource. But on the other hand, I need my income sources quite badly. Gold stream. Yeah, let's pick it up. So let's pick up another ritual of mastery. Animate abomination. So what does that icon mean? 50 bodies? 50 undead? Can be cast anyway, but this... I'm confused. I would assume that this means that this is representing a amount of undead. Maybe this is also meant to be played like my apprentices are bringing the harvest back. So probably that's a way how I could see it. All right. And so far, things are going really good. Don't care about these. The only things that didn't go too well were these unnecessary stallings, but, you know. I did learn a thing or two out of these. So... So much stuff. Oh, my commander is insane again. So the next thing I'll do is pick up a new commander and put Balthasar into the retirement home. He has done well. And then, right now, my next goal is to bring the undead home that Balthasar has harvested and see where this will lead us. I know, you're insane. I heard that before. And meanwhile, I'll try out what kind of new rituals I'll learn. I think the most ideal way seems to be to balance out how many graveyards versus how much recruitment you want to go for early on. And of course, I think I should have went for another apprentice a long time ago. Bloodrite. Oh, turn yourself into a vampire. Nice. Can only be cast in an old castle ruin. Okay. Can drink blood to reduce insanity. Sounds perfectly sane to me. So now all of a sudden there are no more apprentices knocking on my door. Of course, that's typical. Well, let's pick up some crossbowmen. Start to rack up some backbone here. Although that's maybe a little bit of a weird saying. So, look at that! Some random dudes get smacked away by the power of my undead giant. Hell yeah. Yeah, insanity is really, really a big problem by now. But I had a horrible start, but I didn't expect anything else from me. I've never been a good Necromancer player to begin with. I'm not gonna take any wrong assumptions here. Most of the time I suck quite hard with this faction. And beyond that, I really feel like I unleashed quite a beast of a mod pack on me. And I'm recruiting troops on the wrong end of the map. Yikes! And therefore, since this is really a huge mod after all, I think the first few episodes and such will include the most jank, so to say, gameplay-wise, because I'm starting to wrap my head around all these options that I got, and there are so many. So let's see. I want to make this abomination, but I don't think it's going to be that easy. I'm pretty sure the AI players are already way ahead of me, but whatever. So... no, let's pick this guy up down there, because there's some troop for you. Perfect. Actually really good. So, I need more apprentices though. This was another thing I should have done differently there. Oh no, they took down my Solus. My beautiful mine. Alright, now I got... there is a Necromancer here. It's really hard to discern which Dark Citadel you are recruiting in now that they don't have any names. So, but this is the right one. This is the right one. Alright. So maybe I should next time start doodling around with structure building and such once I have a foot in the door, instead of doing this right away. But I'm really curious to see what we can do with those undead units that failed to find enough corpses. Yeah, that's what I thought. Build a vampire there. Come on, let's try that. I mean, what do we need? Ah, must be adjacent to that forest. Let's do this next. And with the construction of that vampire lair, I'm going to end this first episode here. So we got the Feng Shui forest. And then let's see what the vampire lair will bring. I bet it's yet another structure that doesn't really bring too much, but whatever. So, build vampire lair. Not enough gold. No! I'm too broke to afford vampires. Well, we'll be getting there. Now, here we go. So I bet this is yet another decision I'll regret. But if I don't try it out, I'll have no clue. No, it's actually an old castle ruin, and it's another spot to recruit at. Okay, this is interesting. So, I know this is a pretty inorganized mess here, but I think this series will stay a little bit like that, because there's just so much going on. I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do. I know I can do a lot better, but I already enjoy what I'm doing here a lot. So join me in the next episode as well, when we're going to try and upgrade some undead and see if we can survive the onslaught of the nasty AI and reconquer these badlands somehow. So drop me your comments down below, leave me a thumbs up, and of course consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. I'd love to hear from you guys, and the next runs will be extremely interesting. I can't wait to sink my teeth further into this thing, because it's like playing the game completely new, and I love every inch of it. So, see you guys next time. Bye-bye.